What's the difference between getting stronger and getting bigger? There is a difference. Obviously, the stronger you get, naturally you're going to get a little bit bigger. But, I run into this sometimes with guys who are like, oh man, I'm getting stronger. I feel way stronger. My deadlift's gone up, and all this kind of stuff. And I think it's really cool because I think my strength to weight ratio is through the roof. But I want some size, man. I want to have like some round boulder shoulders, man. Some huge raging python biceps. I want to see some thick ribeye looking, steaks up under my chest right here, all that kind of stuff. Well, you might have to approach things a little bit differently. Strength is strength. Strength is being able to move some really heavy stuff, maybe not for a whole lot of reps. And that's good fundamental strength building technique, right? But if you want the muscles to grow, there's a few things you're going to need to remember. One of them is time under tension. Man, people just don't do this. You go to the gym and you see these cats picking up the biggest weights they can find, jerking their whole bodies around and slinging this stuff around. Look, if you've got the proper mechanics and technique, that's the kind of stuff that you do with your bigger lifts, your strength building lifts. You have to figure out what kind of day is it for you? What kind of plan are you on? What direction are you trying to go? What are you trying to work on? If you're really trying to spend some time getting those muscles to grow and communicate to them, hey, yo, look, I want you to be like swole up. One of the biggest things is time under tension. And you can't do that with weight that's too heavy where you can only lift it a few times before your form goes out the window and everything else. You've got to just sit there and marinate in the pain of each repetition. So I'm going to give you a tip, something that will help you with this time under tension portion. That's only one piece of it. But if you do a 303 rep, all right, so what I'm talking about is taking like a 3 count, like 3 seconds. If we're doing a bicep curl, right, we're taking 3 seconds to get to the top and then releasing immediately and taking 3 seconds on the way back down. So there's no point of that movement where there's a relaxation phase. You're just stuck, and you want to use a weight that you can get, a good 10 reps out of. Somewhere between 8 to 12 is typically what they would say. Textbook answer for hypertrophy, muscle growth kind of stuff. But yeah, you need a light to moderate weight where you making the weight feel heavy and focusing and concentrating on that contraction is what does the damage to the muscle that causes it to repair and grow larger. Catching what I'm throwing? Picking up what I'm putting down? Okay. Next thing is frequency. On those big strength days, those big power lift days where you're doing deadlifts or power cleans or squats or something like that, you typically need a couple days of rest before you do those same movements again, right? With this kind of stuff that we're talking about, it depends on the person really, but you don't need as much rest. You could do it every other day. People say, oh, only work out the same body part twice a week. Whatever. Listen, some people might not recover as quickly. And 9 times out of 10, my money's on their nutrition. The diet part sucks. That's why they don't recover properly. And they don't stretch. They think everything happens in the gym, and they don't take care of themselves outside of the gym. That's why those people say they need all that time to recover. You don't. For the most part, you do not. All right. So frequency, making sure that you're hitting those muscle groups like every other day. All right. Giving it adequate rest, making sure you stretch, making sure you're hydrated, you're nurturing your body, feeding yourself good food, and then keep going with it. So frequency in terms of how often you work the muscle groups, but also frequency within a workout, trying not to take too long of a rest, right? If I get done deadlifting 400 plus pounds for 3 to 5 reps or something like that, and I'm coming back to do it again, you can bet your sweet that I'm going to need about 2 minutes before I come back to that thing. If you just got done doing a set of like curls or something though, for like a smaller muscle group with a more concentrated contraction type lift, you don't need more than a minute. You need to get back on it because that frequency, right? So there's another one. Trying to think, volume. Volume is another one. You need to have enough volume, but not too much. That's where people really start to screw up, okay? You have people that go in and on a chest day, they're doing like 20, 30 sets of chest exercises. Look, stick with like 3 different exercises, all right? Get 3 to 4 good sets. And if you're trying to grow, between 8 and 12 reps on each set, all right? And then move on to your accessory groups. I like to work shoulders and triceps the same day I do chest. And so I'll do a few shoulder exercises, a few sets each, then move on to triceps and work down the ladder that way from biggest to smallest. And then the next time you do chest, maybe do 3 different exercises. Don't try to cram all of those exercises into every single workout, okay? You're going to overwork the muscle and your central nervous system, and it's not going to grow as quickly as you want it to, all right? So there's that. If you want to gain some size, gain some mass, there's a few tricks to use. Time under tension, frequency, volume. It is different than strength building, but I highly recommend that's always there, that you spend a little bit of time on that 1 day a week, work on some really strong, powerful, compound movements so that you keep those recruiting patterns intact, so that your body, your muscle memory knows how to do that properly, set you up for it when you're ready, and that you're training the body as one piece, and that you are going for strength, that your body's strong and it's fortified for some of the other stuff that you're going to do. All right? So there you go.